Welcome to the Silverthorne Pulse. I'm Kim Jardam, and I'm here today with Town Manager Ryan Highland. We're going to recap the work session and Town Council meeting for Wednesday, September 25th, 2024. So let's jump into work session.
All right.
We had an update regarding the Smith Ranch apartments, which are nearing completion on the Smith Ranch property.
Yeah, very exciting. We're getting closer to the completion of that project with our partners at Gorman and Company. And so just kind of gave council a quick reminder and overview of where we are. I know we've talked about that here before, but just quickly, there are really two distinct projects, if you will, when we're talking about the Smith Ranch apartments. The southernmost building is a low-income tax credit housing development, and so that is up to 60% area media income will be the requirement for folks that are living there. And then we have what we call the workforce component, which are the two buildings to the north, which are 80 to 120% area media income is the qualification there. So Gorman's getting close. They're going kind of through punch list items and working on getting that certificate of occupancy that will then allow them to start the process of taking applications. So making sure we get everything buttoned up, and then we will this fall be going out to the public with all of the information about how those leasing processes will work. And they will be different because the LIHTC process has a different requirement than the workforce. So we'll get to the public and share all of the information about how those will go so that everybody understands the timelines and has all the information they need to consider if they want to apply to live there. So getting close, very exciting. Wasn't that long ago that we were doing a groundbreaking there. So definitely credit Gorman on getting that built in a short amount of time.
Excellent. It's really exciting. So moving on, that was
the bulk of the work session.
That was the bulk of the work session.
Yeah.
So moving on to the regular town council meeting, we had several public comments, emails regarding the Low Ranch purchase, the joint venture between the county and the town.
Yep.
And those were in email format, so those are linked in our documents online regarding the council agenda. Moving into consent calendar, we had a resolution awarding a contract for the roof replacement, which we've actually spoken about here before at the water waste treatment plant.
Yeah, we call that the Joint Sewer Authority, so not technically just a Silverthorne project. The roof over that facility really serves the town of Silverthorne, but also our partners in the JSA. So it's a wastewater treatment plant for the town of Silverthorne, the town of Dillon, Dillon Valley, Mesa Cortina, and the Buffalo Mountain Metro District, kind of also known as Wilderness. So getting a new roof on that facility, which serves all of those entities who we partner with. The town is the managing partner, if you will, and so town employees that run the JSA, but that is a joint effort for wastewater.
Excellent. There was another resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement with Deckard Technologies, and this is for short-term rental compliance monitoring, so our STR hotline.
Yeah, essentially using a different vendor than we had in the past for that service, and just trying to make sure that we've got the best service and hotline monitoring for all of our customers, and so switching to a new vendor there.
Excellent. We also had a resolution authorizing the execution of a revocable license with the Summit School District, and this is for Silverthorne Elementary. They reached out and they wanted to use a little bit of our land for the students out in the field, the part of their property that's adjacent to ours.
Yeah, so for anyone that's familiar with the Silverthorne Elementary, on the north side there is a field, like you said, that butts up against town property, and so they wanted to do kind of a little bike trail, if you will, on town property, and we said that's a great idea. And so this is the mechanism that we can make that happen and make sure that it's all documented.
They reach out frequently regarding physical education opportunities for the children at Silverthorne Elementary. They really have a robust PE program there.
Yeah, great elementary, and we're always happy to partner.
Excellent. There was also a resolution awarding a contract for the State Highway 9 sewer line replacement and water line upgrade, which people will remember there was a bit of work going on last summer regarding this too, but it continues this year a little bit longer.
Yeah, last year, honestly, a challenging project. We had a contractor that was really not performing at the speed that we had hoped and contracted for, and so that did drag on, and to the point that it didn't get completed last year. So we have parted company with that contractor and working with Stan Miller now to continue some of the work there. So later in October, folks will see that work going on. It will require at certain points that right lane northbound on the highway is closed, but it'll be kind of at our quieter point in the season, so minimal impacts there. But just important project of upgrading infrastructure, and we're happy to be working with Stan Miller to get that done.
Great. There was also a presentation by Superintendent Tony Bird from the Summit School District. What was that regarding? Was that just an overall update?
They actually provided an update. It was Tony and Kara, who's their finance director,
Yes.
on the ballot issue that is coming up in November. So they went through kind of a factual summary of what is on that ballot, and then kind of had a Q&A with the council. Council had some questions about some of the different aspects of that ballot item, and just generally providing information so that the council and the Silverthorne community could understand what the district is asking for and why, and what the different components of that ballot issue are. One of which is directly related to Silverthorne, as one of the components is housing, and the Silverthorne Elementary site, former Silverthorne Elementary site, kind of west of our downtown, has a potential for housing, and that is one of the first priorities for the school district should the ballot measure pass. So the superintendent was bringing council up to speed on that aspect as well.
Great. And we had an action item that was pushed to our next council meeting. Can you tell us a little bit about why that was pushed forward?
Yeah, we had the first reading of an ordinance for the purchase of the Low property, which we've talked about before, which is a open space purchase opportunity, which is kind of in between Willowbrook and the Ruby Ranch. Some conversations with the Ruby Ranch about potential different opportunities there, and so they had requested that we delay that while we had those conversations. So those are ongoing, and we do have that rescheduled for the October 9th meeting.
Great. And then there was an executive session, which also part of which was related to the Low Ranch property, and part of which was related to Theater Silco.
Yeah, with the Low property, again, some of those conversations with Ruby Ranch and some different opportunities there discussed in executive session. And then with Theater Silco, we have a development agreement that calls for support and that partnership of Theater Silco, and had the opportunity to tweak that a little bit, and happy to report that we will be providing some additional subsidy in 2025 so that the theater can do more programming, and so essentially adding an additional show. That's all I'll say, because I know they're a few weeks away from announcing what their season lineup will be, and we're excited for them to share that with the community, but some additional funding to help them do more in 2025.
Excellent. And that actually wraps up our regular town council meeting for that day as well. We have a First Friday coming up this Friday. Find out more details on our website at silverthorne.org. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.